September 11th, 2001, our country, and indeed the world, changed. This weekend, through individual remembrances and personal reflections, as well as formal ceremonies in New York City, Washington, D.C., and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, Americans will gather to remember and honor the victims of the events that so shocked our nation and the world a decade ago. In the days and weeks following the attacks, the resolve of our nation was galvanized as we struggled to come to terms with the events of that fateful day. One lasting image of the nation's renewed solidarity was that of a bipartisan gathering of congressional members on the steps of the Capitol building, where they joined as one voice in singing "God Bless America." To begin today's halftime show, we ask that you join in singing "God Bless America." We'll provide the lyrics on the scoreboard and ribbon boards. Following a musical introduction and marching field entrance, the Blue Band will form an eagle. There will be a brief break, and then I'll invite you to sing.
What do you think? Probably like third quarter?
Ladies and gentlemen, please join in singing. Amidst the tragedy and carnage of September 11th, there were also inspiring acts of courage and selflessness. Among these were the call to duty and the ultimate sacrifice of so many first responders in New York City. Also, the heroic actions of passengers aboard Flight 93 over Somerset County in Pennsylvania are credited with preventing even greater destruction and loss of life that day. On this 10th anniversary, we also remember with gratitude the men and women of our armed forces who have served and are serving in harm's way in the war on terror. On the morning of September 11, 2001, an otherwise common field in southwestern Pennsylvania, less than 100 miles from here, became forever a field of honor. Today in Shanksville, Phase 1 of the permanent Flight 93 National Memorial is being dedicated as a national park. Future plans for the Flight 93 Memorial include the installation of the Tower of Voices, which will mark the entrance to the Memorial Park. The Tower of Voices will reach 93 feet into the sky and house 40 large aluminum wind chimes as an audible reminder honoring the courage and sacrifice of the 40 passengers and crew who died in the crash of Flight 93 that September morning. At this time, we ask that each person here today take a few moments to reflect in memoriam to the victims of the September 11 attacks and to those men and women of our armed forces who have died or been wounded in the subsequent war on terror. We honor the 87 passengers and crew of Flight 11 and the 60 passengers and crew of Flight 175 which struck the World Trade Center tower. We remember the 2,606 victims of the collapse of the Twin Towers, including 366 first responders from the New York City Police Department and the New York City Fire Department. We remember the 59 passengers and crew of Flight 77 and the 70 civilian and 55 military personnel who died in the attack on the Pentagon. We remember the 40 passengers and crew lost in the crash of Flight 93 in Shanksville. We remember our military personnel, including 4,628 who have died in combat, 1,244 lost in the line of duty, and 41,221 wounded to date in the war on terror. In spite of the September 11 attacks, the United States remains a beacon of hope to freedom-loving people around the world. As the lyrics to Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean proclaim, our country remains the home of the brave and the free. This weekend, as America remembers the past and our nation continues to move forward in a post-9/11 world, the red, white, and blue remains a symbol of freedom and a source of pride for all Americans.
What year were you at Michigan? Were you being? 94. You were at the big house? It wasn't making